Yo, what's good, boys? Another day, another trading day. Let's get straight to it. So, yeah, today, let's load this in. So, today I traded the NASDAQ, and this is the morning session that we traded today. Let's do just an overall top down analysis. So, yesterday was a very big bearish day, a very big bearish candle. So, higher time frame, at least on the daily, in my opinion, we were bearish. 4 hour. Price did the new day opening gap, retraced back up a little bit. Still had major obstacles like the new week opening gap. Previous two old new week opening gaps layered in on top of that, and it didn't really retrace that high up. So I was like, okay, 4 hour, we're still bearish. Also, went down to the 1 hour. This is what happened in 1 hour. Created a higher high, took out a low with what's called sell side, and then failed to create a higher high. And whenever this happens, whenever price creates a higher high, then creates a lower low that takes out sell side but fails to create a higher high, usually it is a sign that we are reversing. And so it failed to do that, and we were around 8 a.m. This is the 8 a.m. candle. So NASDAQ was primed for a drop, okay? I also was looking at the ES. The ES, though, was a little bit of a different situation. It actually did not, as you can see, there's some kind of like bearish divergence on the 4 hour for the NASDAQ and the 4 hour for the ES. The ES is more bullish, and you guys can clearly see with the 4 hour looking like this. And so on the 1 hour, I was really like not sure if we were gonna be bearish or bullish on the ES, and that uncertainty made me kind of not want to trade it. In the beginning, it did make me want to trade because like, oh shoot, maybe like the ES could potentially delay its drop, and if in case I missed the NASDAQ, I can go to the ES. But as the session went on, I just decided, let me just stick with NASDAQ. So that's what I ended up doing. So let's go back to the NASDAQ. Now let's drop down to the 5 minute or 1 minute time frame. And so the 9:30 candle opens here, and it drops. Okay, it does two humongous bearish candles. All right. And I'm like, okay, this is within my calculations. We are bearish. We are primed for a drop on the higher time frame. The lower time frame will definitely reciprocate that, especially at the opening of the 9:30, where a lot of volatility happens. Yeah, the 5 minute formed this big bearish candle, and then it actually did an aggressive retracement right after the drop. And the 15-minute candle ended off like this kind of like bearish candle that went below this key 15-minute BISI, which was also another thing that I was looking at as support for buy side, but it went below it, or the 15-minute closed below the 15-minute BISI right here, which was pretty a good key sign for me. And also the bearish candle was engulfing the previous 15-minute bullish candle, which was also another good sign. But let's drop back down into the price action. So yeah, price did an aggressive retracement, okay? And it almost made me kind of think that, okay, we are going to be bullish now, actually. We might be going up now, and we might be, reversing or something like that. But I waited until this 5-minute candle formed. This one right here. Because when I was watching this, imagine it was all up here at the top of the wick. It looked like, we're reversing. But I was like, wait up. Let's play it out. Let's see what this 5-minute candle holds for us, and then we'll make a more definite solution. So I put my hands on my butt and I waited, and as you can see, price, was trying to go higher, and it eventually failed, and it broke down right here, okay, and it created a lower low. It broke by this low, and there was no fair value gaps, and I like to enter fair value gaps, but I knew in my head that because the NASDAQ was primed for this drop, it could just drop immediately. And I've seen it multiple times just give me no entrance at all. It just drops, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to do that because I know what NASDAQ is going to do. Why don't I just try something to get in? And right here, there is this volume imbalance right here, okay? And I usually never enter volume imbalances. But today, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it because I already know what price is going to do. I want to make sure I'm in it. So let me take out this trade right here, and I'll show you exactly what I did. So I entered it right here, okay, on this volume imbalance, okay, and I put my stop loss at the high of this previous high, okay? Not at the high of the order block, because yesterday I did that and I got wicked out twice. And so today I just want to be extra sure and extra careful. So I put my stop loss at the end of the previous high, and then I put my target down here at this higher time frame sell side. So there was 3 sell side liquidity pools that I was keeping my eyes on. And the first sell side was first take profit, second sell side was second take profit, and the ultimate take profit was this one down here, okay? And this what's called fair value gap right here is a 15-minute busy. I just extended it infinitely to the right so you don't really see the labeling, but this is a 15-minute busy, okay? A key 15-minute busy that I knew that a rejection was, or a reversal, not reversal, sorry, a retracement was likely to happen here. So I entered in on the fair value gap, and I'm not gonna lie, I got mad scared when it went up here. I was like, damn, bro, was I really wrong? Like, I was like doubting, and I was like thinking about a bunch of things. I was like, dang, am I gonna get it wicked out again just like yesterday? And or like, oh, am I completely wrong with my analysis, or whatever this and whatever that? But what grounded me was that I remembered market structure, and I also wanted to just trust my gut and just see, just in general, how price goes out without me FOMOing out of fear or anything like that. So I just held on, semi-nervous really. But when I saw this drop right here, that's when I was like, okay, that is correct. Because we also look at the 5-minute. The 5-minute, the whole time as I was in this trade, was still in bearish market structure. All it did was a retracement, but this retracement, though, was still, being resisted by this 15-minute inversion fair value gap now, and was still respecting bearish structure. And as you guys can see, market drop, took first take profit. When it hit first take profit, I put my stop loss, or actually when it dropped to this first low right here, I dropped my stop loss down to the order block up here, because it shouldn't go up there anymore. Then when it hit my first take profit, I put my stop loss at 1/4, and when it finally hit my second take profit, I completely put my stop loss at break even, and eventually it hit my sell side, and it was a pretty wonderful trade that I'm very happy with. Yeah, so I'm gaining confidence from this trade. I've already been having like this this feeling this past week that I have confidence that this year I can get and master this craft, and that this year I can get funded and something can happen. I have a really strong confidence in that, and I guess today is one of those days that helped me continue to gain the confidence, and also just show that my past years of continuously trying again to improve and documenting, noting, has at least shown right here. But still, though, this is just for today. I'm grateful that I took this trade. I'm grateful that it played out, but we still have more days to trade. And honestly, the goal is that I want to be at least 1 month consistent with my trading, and just getting used to it before I try to go for a funded account. But yeah. And then I took a second trade right here. So back up to the 5-minute. So after the 5-minute hit this key 15-minute and also 15-minute busy, and also took out the final sell side, it did a really aggressive retracement. And that retracement had a big fair value gap that I felt pretty confident in to act as support. And so I took a long right here. I put my stop loss at the bottom of this order block right here. And my target was basically the 15-minute 15-minute busy up here, because I thought price is definitely reversing, because the ES at that time was up here, or getting up here, looked like it was reversing. Okay, so I was like, all right, the NASDAQ is gonna follow through with that also. But as you can tell, ultimately, if you look at the 15-minute time frame, it's more clear. As you can see on the 15-minute time frame, this was just a normal higher time frame 15-minute retracement, and then price after that continued to go lower. When I saw that price broke below this right here, I knew that we are not bullish anymore. We are bearish. So I got out at this candle right here, right there. And also when price went up to here, when price broke up here, I put my stop loss at break even. Because if price was bullish, it shouldn't break down this order block right here. Let me just take this out. This order block right here. So yeah, there was that, but ultimately I recognized that yes, this was just a higher time frame retracement, the 15-minute retracement, and my ultimate objective that I thought price could go to was this sell side right here, which is like an hourly low or something like that, or yeah. And as you can see, as we're talking throughout the session, price chopped up quite a bit, but it eventually got down and just right now took out that low. So we're gonna probably see today a pretty big down day, which was my expectation, and it's forming as I thought. Probably could even take out this low right here, this daily low. I don't really know, but at least for right now, we are definitely gonna be bearish on the NASDAQ for at least another week or two, and probably gonna attack this sell side and maybe even possibly this right here. So who knows? But yeah, I'm slowly really gaining my confidence. I yeah, I'm definitely feel like I'm breaking through. We'll definitely see what happens more. But again, grateful that I got to trade again. Thank God. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today. If you guys are new here, please subscribe. Helps me out and stay for the journey. I'll see you guys. Peace.